is the Suzuki Burgman Street 125. This is actually the top variant, which happens to be the Ride Connect TFT, which is priced at 1.37 lakhs on road Mumbai. And yes, it is expensive, but you get a lot of features. What they have done is redesigned the scooter completely, made some mechanical changes to it, and it has a very wow feature, which is obviously keyless entry. So the key is in my hand. I can obviously turn on and off the scooter from here, sound the alarm, and I don't know what this key is for, but if the key is in your pocket, you can simply walk to the scooter and turn it on, and that's it. That's simply amazing. So yes, this is a maxi scooter which sells in good numbers because it offers a lot of value in spite of the higher price when compared to the Axis. But if you want to get the best performance out of your scooter, you should use the right tires that offer reliable performance, and that's where the Apollo ActiGrip S8 come into the picture, as it uses angular blocks for superior traction, connected tread blocks for high stability, and channelized sipes for superior wet and dry grip. The Apollo ActiGrip S8 tires are durable with high wear resistance. Check the link in the description to know more. Now coming to the design of this particular scooter, the Burgman Street, it looks actually quite nice because they have redesigned almost everything. So the lights are complete LEDs here. So this is sort of the DRL. This is the low beam. This is the high beam, and it gets this copper finishing here. So dual tone treatment similar to the Hayabusa. So Hayabusa inspired. This is the scooters of Hayabusa, or Hayabusa of scooters, or whatever you want to call it. But yes, they should get the 400. Anyways, this has been tinted, but you know what? It's not tall enough for someone as tall as me. Meanwhile, hazard lights here. So those are the indicators, a little on the lower side. Meanwhile, telescopic forks here. 12-inch wheel, it is a 90-90-12 here, 130mm disc right there. Now it has a long wheelbase, ground clearance happens to be 160mm, seat height is not for tall people like me, 775mm, so short riders will really enjoy this scooter. Meanwhile, the footboard area remains more or less the same as before. You can put your foot here. This is the reflector treatment here, says keyless system, lot of stickering like Burgman Street, Suzuki Eco Performance, aluminium pegs right there. And you get this storage which is like really deep. Well, that's what she said, so that's very handy. You can keep a half-liter bottle right there, and this one opens, which is quite nice because here you can keep your phone. And you know what, it gets a USB-A charging socket, not a USB-C. It is having a blue surround to it so that you can spot it. But come on, we are in 2026. They should have given it a USB-C, not a USB-A. The seat seems comfortable. Meanwhile, they've actually redesigned a lot of things here. For starters, they've redesigned the rear wheel so that in case of a puncture, you don't have to remove the muffler. You can straight away remove the rear wheel to actually repair the puncture, which is actually a very good thing. A lot of exposed screws almost everywhere. Meanwhile, the rear tire size, wait, let me stop and see, 180/12. Now, what they have actually done is redesigned the crankcase bracket and also moved the rear suspension a little back and up. So the pivot point has been moved so that they're able to maintain the same underseat storage when compared to before. Nice grab rail, like good to hold. Suzuki badging here, reflector treatment right there. And I told you, this is a new exhaust, which is actually a very nice thing right there. Meanwhile, LED lights here, this is actually halogen, which is kind of surprising and doesn't make sense. Only why would you give halogen and say everything is LED here? This is the Kickstarter, which is very essential because the self-starter wasn't working some time back. Meanwhile, main stand, side stand, and this is the spring at the rear suspension. This thing has been added new. This was not there earlier here. Now coming to the switches, they're quite premium. Pass light switch has been added now. You get a rear brake lock as well. And if you put the side stand, the scooter will automatically turn off. So that safety feature is there. Meanwhile, this is to turn on the scooter. So all I have to do is press the brake and there it turns on. In the morning, it was just making a sound like kitch, 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 not working. It's kind of surprising. Come on, Suzuki, you have to be reliable. And this is for the hazard light. It says Ride Connect because you can connect it to your phone via Bluetooth. And once you do that, you can obviously see turn-by-turn navigation here. You can get messages, you can get alerts. You can also, I think, play music probably. I don't know, but probably you can see that as well. However, the big thing is you get weather updates and you get few updates here, which is kind of nice. Turn-by-turn navigation is the reason why you would connect it. Anyways, mirrors could be better. They're like weirdly shaped here. And this brings me to this particular cluster. So this being the top variant actually has the TFT screen. Otherwise, you get the LCD screen. This is 4.2 inches in terms of size. You can browse through here. So it tells you what's the fuel efficiency like, engine temperature, the trip meter. That's it. Okay, odometer right there. You can change it, trip 1, trip 2. And then that's the battery voltage along with in how many kilometers you should change the oil. You keep this pressed and then you come into other settings like what you want this to be, day or night, white or black. When it's black, it's difficult to understand what's the fuel level like, and then you can change the brightness from here. What are the units you want? That's it, not much. This actually changes color depending on your riding style. So when you're hard on the throttle, it changes because then you're no longer efficient. Look at the acceleration, that is like really very fast, but fuel efficiency is gone for a toss probably. Oh, it's saying 100 kilometers per liter, I don't know why. This is the fuel meter here, and this cluster is actually quite a nice thing. However, the old Burgman is still on sale and has two features which this particular scooter does not have, which happens to be soft starter. Just click it and it starts, and the other feature is stop start system, which is not there here, which is surprising, but they have repositioned the fuel lid right here. To open it, it's very easy. Let me turn off the scooter. Just push it like this and there it opens. That's kind of nice. I think 5 liters or something is the fuel tank capacity. Meanwhile, to open the under seat, all you have to do is push it like this. Khul ja bhai. 1 second. Yeah, there it opens. So this is 24.6 liters, the same as before, the same as the Access, which is fantastic. This is the first aid kit, which is very cheap. This is the toolkit, few couple of things here, but a full face helmet will certainly not fit here. So half face will only fit right there. Fuse is exposed, doesn't really matter. Let's shut this. Now there's a hook here. There's another hook here, which is quite handy. Meanwhile, if you want to keep your helmet, 1 second, why does this not open properly in first go? Yeah, there it opens. You can actually secure your helmet here and lock this so nobody steals it. But if you have an expensive helmet, I would never recommend you do such a thing. Yeah, this brake lock now doesn't work easily. You have to really pull it to actually make it work. Anyways, let me turn it on again. Why is it not turning on? What happened to your scooter? Did I break your heart? No, I have to turn it from here. See, this is complete keyless. Otherwise, you get a key here. Suzuki logo flashes when you obviously turn it on. And there, let's turn it on. Let's rev it. That's the top speed of the scooter. If you are able to get to that speed, obviously, I mean, down a cliff. But let's start riding right away. Okay, let's start riding. It's saying that key is not detected. Notice. Yeah, this is basically keyless wala sign, but anyways, key is in my pocket, so come on, start. Oh, smooth, and off we go. Straight away, let me tell you that comfort is actually gone for a toss here. Yeah, I feel a lot more lower speed bumps when compared to before. So yeah, that's something which has definitely changed here, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll just keep the Odo there. Yeah, the ride is not as impressive as earlier. Earlier it was soft and cushiony. Now it's become a bit stiff. Actually, Suzuki's, 1 second. Yeah, Suzuki is like, they have made the chassis 25% more rigid. I don't know why they have done it. And they've also shaved off 500 grams of weight. Yeah, that's it. Half a kg lighter now. So this one weighs 115 kgs with the screen here, the TFT one. With the LCD, 1 kg lighter at 114 kgs. But still, this is 10 kgs heavier when compared to the Access 125. And that obviously means power to weight goes for a toss. So same 124cc single cylinder SOHC engine, which is air cooled. This one makes, how much does it make? 8.3 horsepower and 10.2 Newton meters of torque. So output numbers, yeah, nothing much different here. However, what has changed is that the peak torque comes in lower at 5250 rpm, resulting in better low end performance. And yes, it feels very punchy and nice. At idle, there are a lot of vibrations, but once you get going, the vibrations, they kind of filter out and the scooter becomes really smooth. See how the light changes depending on throttle input. Leave the throttle green, eco mode activated. Yeah, that's how it works. The performance is actually like every other scooter, 125cc scooter, instant. Yeah, get onto the throttle, it instantly performs. CVT box here, obviously. So very swift in terms of acceleration, great for the city. 125cc engine obviously has good amount of refinement mostly throughout the rev range. Little vibrations you can feel on the foot pegs, on the handlebars, on the seat, but very little. Yeah, so they have made this very, very, very smooth indeed. But why is the scooter not going fast enough? Yeah, look at this, just 89 kilometers per hour. So that's not really what I would say fast. Now, because of the 12-inch wheel and obviously a lot of other changes which have been done, mechanical changes to the scooter, including slight weight shaving, which could have been achieved by me not eating one meal. But anyways, that is on the scooter, not on me. So performance, likable, handling is good, ride not the best. Now it's a bit stiff. It's not as cushiony as say the Access 125, but you know what, it's slightly heavier than the Access 125, but you don't feel the weight at all. You don't feel it's heavy. It feels nimble, agile and easy to ride. which is a good thing. Fuel efficiency should be around 45 to 50 kilometers per liter depending on your riding style. Obviously the harder you ride it, the more it's going to drink fuel, but I expect it to return almost 50 kilometers per liter, which is good. Obviously if you ride really aggressively, see almost 40 kilometers per liter. Tank capacity 5.5 liters, which is decent size, but I'm not able to go fast over 80 kilometers per hour. So you can say the top speed is around 90 kilometers per hour depending on the weight of the rider and how much that person is willing to duck down to increase this top speed. Meanwhile the brakes are decent. I don't understand the concept only of having combined braking system here and not having ABS, because the Access gets front wheel ABS, front channel ABS. This one does not get a front ABS. Yeah, there is no front wheel ABS, it just gets CBS, combined braking system. So that logic is completely flawed, because the Access, all the variants of the Access cost cheaper than this particular scooter. That's kind of bizarre why they have not gone ahead and given it ABS. Now it seems smooth. Anyways, the Access starts at under 1 lakh rupees, and the top end variant, they have I think 5 variants of the Access, is still cheaper than this one, and off we go. Listen to it. Come on. It's taking eternity to reach top speed. That's it, 96 kilometers per hour is the best I could manage. Doesn't go any further only. That's a bit of an issue, which actually brings me to the range. Okay, it's a very confusing lineup here by Suzuki, because they have so many different types of scooters available. Like obviously the Access is there, and this Burgman has like 3 variants. Oh, look at that. N-Torque, one of the rivals. The other is obviously the Aerox. So no real direct competitor as such, because that's not a maxi scooter. Aerox is obviously higher cc motorcycle scooter. Sorry, all these maxi scooters look like motorcycles. That's the reason I was saying motorcycle by mistake. Anyways, let me take a quick U-turn here to show you how easy it is for lock to lock. Well, it is not difficult at all. Yeah, my knee doesn't foul, but yeah, I'm not very comfortable here because I'm tall. So probably a higher seat would be better here. In terms of handling is decent. Obviously this is not a scooter to push harder on the corners. Grip levels are also very decent, which brings me to the variants here. So there are multiple variants. So the new look has 2 variants. There's the base variant, Ride Connect, and then there's the Ride Connect TFT. So this being the Ride Connect TFT, 1.37 lakhs on road Mumbai. Meanwhile, the the regular one is priced at rupees 1.25 lakhs on road Mumbai. And then obviously oh my god, there's so much wind. Yeah, then the older version is also on sale at 1.32 lakhs. But it's kind of bizarre how Suzuki's lost the plot in India. They're only selling scooters. In fact, they are selling decent numbers of scooters, that they are selling more scooters, or rather more two-wheelers than Yamaha. 30,000 more, almost as much as Royal Enfield. But 70% of sales are from the Access, and the Burgman is 20% of the sales, around 20,000 units a month. So they are selling like 7,000-8,000 motorcycles, which is very appalling. And on that disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye bye. Ruk ja bhai, ruk ja. Did you know that Suzuki actually has a Burgman 150 which might come to India as early as next year? That would be the direct competition to the Yamaha Aerox, and at the end of the day they're not able to sell motorcycles. So why are they even bothered of trying to launch new motorcycles? Actually, the thing is now they don't update the motorcycles, and the bikes are very high priced. Anyways, the horn is also new here.